My name is Elena, and I am a victim of discrimination in the school system.
Students with disabilities.
I'm a single mom of an autistic kindergartner.
And their parents.
My husband Jeff and I are the proud parents of a son with autism.
From all over North Carolina.
This child has pretty much had no education her entire third grade year.
Have shared their voices with us.
It's devastating, it's traumatizing, it's embarrassing, it's deflating.
Hoping others will listen to.
No child should ever have to go through what our child did.
And hear them.
I cannot explain the emotional toll it takes.
They are among thousands of families.
During middle school, my teachers and staff always singled me out.
Impacted by school districts' reliance on reactive discipline.
And the district's response was to suspend over and over and over.
For disruptive behavior.
He was disrupted because his needs were not being met.
As a former school principal, I remember how challenging it was when students communicated that they have needs or deficits in skills through maladaptive behaviors.
Miguel Cardona is the U.S. Secretary of Education.
But it's our responsibility as educators to make sure that the students that need more education get more, not less.
While he credits the American Rescue Plan with helping put more social workers and psychologists in schools, he says the federal government continues pushing local governments and states to do their part to fully support these students.
It's an issue that, if not addressed boldly, will lead to wider disparities.
A WCNC Charlotte investigation found more than a dozen other states have taken bold action, banning suspensions and/or expulsions, primarily for the youngest students, with some exceptions.
Do you think North Carolina should ban this kind of discipline?
Unless it includes acts of violence against another, yes.
State Representative Laura Budd sits on North Carolina's K-12 Education Committee.
They don't intend to be disruptive, but you're punishing them as if they did have intent. Therein lies the problem.
The Democrat says while she supports a ban,
it's a put your money where your mouth is.
Not at the expense of other kids in the classroom.
You have to provide your school districts with alternative means to manage their schools and the students within them.
Ahead of the General Assembly's short session in the coming months, Representative Budd says Democrats and Republicans must agree on major public school investments to properly address this problem.
One of the things that they could do is put this issue at the top of the agenda.
And that would start within the separate House Select Committee on Education Reform.
So as a lawmaker, as a committee member, what can you do to help find a solution?
The first thing you do is listen to people that know more than you.
Representative Ray Pickett sits on that committee.
Is that something you would support, banning suspensions?
I mean, at this time, I'd like to have more information. Each case would be different. And I think we would have to have something in the law that gave a little discretion.
The Republican says he's committed to learning more about the problem.
It's very important. I mean, that these kids deserve to have a chance at education.
From teachers and school administrators, for starters.
We have issues that we have to address, and we're going to have to address them here. And it's going to have to be reoccurring money.
I beg lawmakers.
These families.
All I want to do now is fight for him.
Say without meaningful action.
I'm literally every single solitary day in a fight for her life.
Their kids will fall further and further behind. We've shared our findings with the co-chairs of the Education Reform Committee, including Representative Brian Biggs. The Republican told us coming up with a solution to this problem is already a priority and said the committee could place the issue on the agenda at a future meeting, but added he does not support a suspension ban because he says every situation is unique. Nate Morabito, WCNC Charlotte.